Hi, friends. I'm Emily Lay, and you're listening to the Simplified podcast. If you're looking for a quiet place where you can filter out the noise and the hustle, this is it. Every week, I invite you to slow down and join me to explore practical ways to organize and automate the complicated parts of life so you can focus on what truly matters most. Do you have a favorite comfort watch TV show? Like something you put on when you need the stress to melt away for a bit? Well, I found your next comfort listen, Girl Meets Farm, a podcast from Food Network that you guys are going to love. Girl Meets Farm is hosted by Molly Ye. She is a city girl married to a fifth-generation beet farmer, and she lives on the border between Minnesota and North Dakota. Girl Meets Farm is direct audio from the TV show, and y'all, this show is so sweet and fun. I love sitting at Molly's counter while you hear her mix, chop, and saute all the delicious food in her kitchen. This is a good one, y'all. Listen to Girl Meets Farm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Well, after years of having this dream in my heart, after months of writing and collaborating and planning, my very first children's book is finally out in the world. It's called You're Always Enough and More Than I Hoped For. And as we speak, booksellers all over the country and the world are taking it out of boxes and putting it on their shelves for you and your people. It's always a weird and wonderful thing, the book business. This is my 6th book, and it never stops feeling like I get to be part of a small miracle. I majored in English because ever since I was a little girl, I've known that words and stories hold tremendous power. The words that we speak over ourselves and our people, the stories we encounter, the ones that seep into our souls, they change our hearts and the way we see the world forever. Words and stories have made me a kinder, more empathetic person. They've helped me reach for patience when perhaps I wouldn't have before. They've reminded me to give of myself, my time, my resources, and that my life is so much richer when I do. That's the whole reason we're here on Earth. We're supposed to love on each other and help each other. I forget that sometimes. Words and stories remind me that we all struggle with the same sorts of things, even if it doesn't look like it on the surface. We just react differently. Because underneath it all, we're all longing for connection. We want someone to recognize that we are worthy, a worthy parent, daughter, partner, colleague, friend. We want to be enough for the people in our lives and even for the people who aren't sometimes. I have found so much connection online and I love it. I love that I get to meet so many of you and hear your stories. I have always considered that one of the greatest gifts I've ever been given. And at the same time, I'm an Enneagram 2. I want to please all of you. I want to make you happy. And if I'm not careful, sometimes I get so carried away with those feelings that I forget this truth. There's nothing anybody on the internet will ever say or do that adds to or takes away from my worthiness. I am enough just as I am right now. I am enough when I show up for meetings with earrings and a full face of makeup, and when I show up in a sweatshirt and a baseball cap. I am enough when I make a home-cooked dinner, and when I pick it up from the drive-thru. I am enough when I have an impromptu dance party in the kitchen with my kids and when I need to apologize for snapping at them. I am enough when I'm the friend leading the meal train or when I'm the friend who needs one. I am enough, always and forever because God made me that way. And I want my kids to know that too. Because here's what I've seen as I've gotten older. When you know that you're enough, when you recognize the gifts God's placed inside you, then you can turn around and recognize those gifts in other people and celebrate them in their enoughness too. Those are the kids I want to nurture into adults. That is why I wrote this book for my children and for yours, and to be honest, for you, really, and myself. I wrote it for all of us. As a fun little way to celebrate this book, I am hosting my 3 big, bold, hilarious kids on the show today, 11-year-old Brady and 7-year-old twins Tyler and Caroline. Here's the thing. As adults, sometimes we forget that everything doesn't have to be so complicated. Children have such a clarity in their emotions because their brains are wired a bit differently than ours. I think it does us good to revisit the child who lives on in us and remember that she wanted connection and love, and she still does. That's what I remembered when I talked to my 3 about loving themselves and remembering that they are enough just as they are. This was fun. This was silly. This was poignant. I am so glad you're here with us today. So here we go. Without further ado, here is my super fun, off-the-wall conversation about enoughness with Brady, Tyler and Caroline. If you could use 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be? Brady?
My 3 words to describe myself would be honest, intelligent, and brave.
I like that. Caroline, what about you?
Mine would be
You don't have to be that close.
kind, helping, and honest.
Okay. Tyler, what would your 3 words be?
Kind, loving, and good at building.
Kind, loving, and good at building. I like that. Does that make you think of Tyler?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
especially because of the Legos. Like, he loves building Legos.
He does. Tyler's super good. He's super good at Legos. Okay, let's see. My next question, is there something, this kind of goes back to what Tyler just said, is there something that you are really, really good at? So good that it's almost like you have a superpower at it. Caroline?
Standing on my head.
That's actually really true. Caroline's actually really good at standing on her head. Tyler, do you have a superpower? You just mentioned it.
Building Legos. Building Legos.
For sure. Tyler builds the most fantastic Legos. It's crazy. And if you ever can't find Tyler, where will you find him?
In the
Building
Legos.
Building Legos.
Building Legos in the playroom.
For sure.
Because, like, when I walk in there, I'll be like, that's a masterpiece. Oh, I built the Santa sleigh.
You built the Santa sleigh? That's awesome.
It wasn't with him.
Brady, what about you? I know
Mine-
what I think yours is.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're all thinking the
I
same
do
thing.
not. Like, honestly, if I had to think.
Seriously?
No.
What is yours? What do you think?
What do you think Brady's is?
I think it's singing because you know like every
That's what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say.
Brady can listen to a song or especially like a rap song, and
And he'll know every
he
word.
says he can hear it 4 times and know every word.
If I, play close attention, then probably.
Is there like a song that's appropriate that you could like rap for us really quickly?
No.
Come on, do Hamilton.
No.
What if like Lin-Manuel Miranda heard this podcast and heard you singing the Hamilton song?
No.
Come on, just a little bit. Maybe later?
Maybe.
Okay, you just think about it.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay. For real, like right now?
Not right now, but I don't know. I just get nervous.
Okay, well, I think you'd do great. All right. Ooh, I like this question a lot. We're going to start with Tyler on this one, okay? What do you think your parents admire about you? And what do you think your parents admire about you? And what do you think your friends like about you?
That's hard.
It's hard.
What do you mean admire?
Like, admire means to really like something about someone. Like, what do you think your mommy and daddy really like about you?
How I'm really good at building Legos.
Well, we definitely think you're good at building Legos. What else do you think we like about you?
How I like cooking.
Yeah, you do like cooking. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Bagels. No, waffles.
Waffles. You're also pretty good at making eggs, though. Scrambled eggs.
I don't think I've ever made scrambled eggs.
Yes, you have. With me.
Like a year ago, then.
Oh, I thought it was fun. All right, Caroline, what do you think your parents admire about you?
I think when one of them, they are sick, I think they admire how I offer things.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that Mama likes when I cook scrambled eggs with her on Saturday mornings.
Oh, maybe it was you that made scrambled eggs.
Yeah, it was me.
What? Well, you also make ground beef really well, Caroline.
Yes.
In fact, tonight I need you to help me make ground beef.
Yes.
Caroline's really good at ground beef. What about your friends, though? Like, what do you think your friends admire about you or like about you?
I always have good ideas.
Yeah. I like that. B, what about you?
There's one thing in this world that my friends and my family might be proud of me for. I would say that I'm a trustful friend, and that if you ask me to not tell someone something, I'm always there for you, and I just want to have a personal bond with each person that I meet.
Oh, I love that.
I thought it was
What do you think?
first in math.
What do you think your parents admire about you?
Maybe my schoolwork. or maybe my ability, maybe like again, to be trustworthy, honest, kind. I don't know.
Well, I can tell you, you're all right. That Daddy and I admire you, particularly Brady, that you always look for the kids that need friends, and you're very dependable and mature, and you're a really good rapper. And Caroline, you are so helpful, and you're always looking for ways that you can jump in and help somebody. And I think you have a servant's heart. And Tyler, you are the funniest, kindest person I know. I think that you are always looking to brighten up a room. Like when you walk in, the whole room just gets brighter and happier, and you're always looking to cheer people up. So I think you all got it right.
Thank you.
Why do you think, Brady, why do you think God made you that way? And how do you think he's using those parts of you at home and at school?
That's a tough one. If I had to think of one, it would probably be my ability. Like, I'm not trying to like brag on myself, but I think I'm a pretty smart kid, and that maybe he like there's always something he puts in anyone out there. There's that one talent. Like, it could be as simple or like it could be anything, and it may like be the future of you. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe if you're really good at like running, like you might be a track star one day. You never know.
How do you
There's
think?
always that one thing that like people get that just helps them in life, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you think he's using your talents?
Maybe since I'm a little like on the bright side, maybe like he wants me to become smarter when I grow up and go to a good college, or I don't know. He's done a lot for me in life.
I love that. Caroline, what about you? How do you think God's using those gifts that we just talked about? Like, what do you think he's doing with you? Or how is he using those gifts in you to help the world?
I think he's trying, like, I think he wants me to, I don't know how to explain it, but like if there's someone at school with no one, with someone at a lunch table, and only one person sitting there, I would move. And actually, a few days ago, I did that.
Yeah.
With my friend.
Yeah.
And at school, and
You don't have to tell us the person's name or anything, but tell us like what was that like?
it was so I was like, there's this girl sitting alone. I'm gonna go sit with her, and one of my friends is like, I will too, and she stopped crying.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that story.
It made me feel really happy for her.
That's God using your abilities, like your kind heart and the way you want to help others. Like, you saw that little girl was in need and needed a buddy, and you were like, hey, that's me. I can help. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I want to talk to you more about that later.
I don't know how to explain.
You can explain. Here, there's your mic. How's God using those gifts and abilities in you that we just talked about?
My gift was building Legos.
Well, you have a lot of gifts, Tyler, but I also think one of your gifts is that when you walk into a room, well, and basketball, but when you walk into a room, the whole room lights up and you cheer everybody up and make them smile. And how do you think God's using that in you?
They're making everyone feel happy.
That matters, right? Yeah? We've had a lot of bad stuff happen in the last couple of years, and to be able to walk into a room and make everyone smile. We did have a bird fly into our house, but yeah. Okay. Okay, this is a serious one, okay? Brady, have you ever felt like you weren't enough, or you didn't measure up to what someone expected you to be?
Yes.
What was it like to feel like that?
Like I sat there wondering if I was good enough, like if I did this. Let's just say I didn't do so well on a couple of my tests, but I'm back into it and doing a lot better. But there was this one streak that was like 3 things where I got kind of bad grades, so I was like, is this gonna keep on continuing? Am I gonna like flunk school because I failed? But I'm better now. It's just at that one moment in life, I was like, wow.
What's that like to feel that way about yourself?
Really, like, just sad. Like, how am I gonna change it? Like, figuring out every single way you can do to change it. But
have you ever stopped to think that, like, we're not going to be perfect at everything, right?
yes.
And even if we're making grades that aren't our favorite, we're still enough.
You gotta keep
right?
on trying. Yep.
But that doesn't change what you're worth and how enough you are. What about you, Caroline? Have you ever felt like that?
Yes, I have, because one time in school, I had to stay out of school for a couple days, and I think I felt left behind in reading books in school. And I was like, am I good enough? Can I read all of these books to catch up? And I was sitting there just thinking if I could, and I think I should have been reading books when I did that.
What did it feel like to, like, be behind and not be happy with where you were?
It felt like all these people were like saying I'm almost past my goal, and it made me feel sad. So after that moment when I didn't do it, I like tried to get books, like gather books up and then try to read them.
Yeah.
And now I'm on track to do it. So now I'm on track with my friends, and now I feel happy.
So what do you think is more important? Is it more important for you to be first place in the A++ person, or is it more important for you to be a good reader, someone who loves to read?
A good reader.
Yeah. I know. Listen, I am a perfectionist. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, if that planner over there was like crooked, you'd be like, oh, that's crooked. Boop.
They know their mom. Yeah. But, like, you can be that way about life sometimes, where you're like, okay, everything has to be just right, you know? But that's not a fun way to live. What about you? Have you ever felt that way?
Yes, it's kind of the same thing as Caroline's.
Yeah.
When all my friends were past their AR goal and I was left behind.
Oh, the twins were sick and
So
they
then
missed all
I
of
had
school.
to read like 20 books.
What did it make you feel about yourself when that was happening?
Like sad because all my friends were just done with their AR goal.
Did you read any good books that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I read only bad.
Did you say something, B?
Yeah, just please do not worry. My grades are better now. I didn't.
Oh my goodness, the perfectionism runs deep in our family, doesn't it, B?
Yeah, that's true.
I have told you time and time again that your grades are important and school is your job right now and you should try really hard, but nobody expects you to be perfect. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Raise your hand if you like spending time in the kitchen during the summer. Yeah, me neither. I'd much rather be out by the pool, but I also want to make sure the kids and I still have healthy food to eat. You know what's helped me cut my kitchen time to a fraction of what it used to be? Green Chef. With fresh produce, premium proteins, and organic ingredients you can trust, Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. You guys, Green Chef saves me so much time. It makes meal planning decisions for me and takes care of the grocery shopping and a ton of the meal prep. That's at least a couple hours I get back in my life. Plus, everything I've ever made from Green Chef is delicious. They have chefs who curate every recipe, so we get restaurant-quality dishes at home. It's magic. Green Chef meals take almost no time to make, maybe 30 minutes tops, which means less time over a hot stove. And they have some fresh dishes that are perfect for any summer night, like the chicken con queso and spiced beef and cauliflower rice. But we just had this spicy harissa honey glazed salmon, and y'all, go and get you some of that right now. It is so good. Green Chef is 100% worth it for that meal alone. Get fresh and easy summer eats and save tons of time in the kitchen with Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/simplified130 and use code simplified130 to get $130 off, plus free shipping. One more time, that's greenchef.com/simplified130 and use code simplified130 to get $130 off, plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. I don't know about you, but I am so busy right now. With the end of the school year and a book tour coming up, I need some cute clothes for summer, but have zero time to shop. But that's where Armoire comes in. Armoire is a woman-founded clothing rental company that helps women build the closets of their dreams. Armoire carries hundreds of brands in sizes 0 to 24, giving you access to thousands of high-end styles. Getting started with Armoire could not be easier. Just hop online and take a quiz about your personal style, select a membership that's right for your needs, and get your pieces. Shipping is fast and free both ways. Listen, I have got some book tour events coming up, so I wanted to fill my closet with cute and comfy summer dresses that'll get me through the whole tour. So far, I'm loving the cute and colorful shirt dress I got from the Zuri brand, which is an ethical clothing brand from Kenya. And I also got an adorable off-the-shoulder midi dress from Cupcakes and Cashmere that's equal parts stunning and comfortable. If you're ready to have your dream closet delivered to your door, you have to try Armoire. You'll never be without the perfect outfit for any occasion ever again. Promise. Right now, my listeners can give Armoire a try and get up to 50% off their first month, plus 2 free bonus items. Just visit armoire.style and enter code SIMPLIFIED. One more time, go to armoire.style, that's ARMOIRE.style, and enter code SIMPLIFIED at checkout to get up to 50% off your first month, plus 2 free bonus items. Armoire. Never be without the perfect outfit ever again. Right now, I'm in summer mode, which means I'm taking fewer trips to the grocery store. And Thrive Market's helping me fill my pantry with better for me brands at super great prices, all while I shop on my phone by the pool. With Thrive Market, you can shop for healthy pantry essentials and sustainable meat and seafood to non-toxic cleaning and beauty products, all delivered right to your door. And if you find a price lower elsewhere, Thrive Market will match it. Shop what you eat and what matters most to you. So whether you're looking for items that are plant-based, keto, gluten-free, zero-waste, BIPOC-owned brands, whatever it is, Thrive Market has you covered. Thrive Market has stocked our pantry for years. And while you can find a ton of great brands on the site, Thrive Market's house brand has tons of great essentials, and they're all super high quality. We like their coconut water and collagen peptides for smoothies, their microwavable pockets of rice and quinoa for quick and easy sides, and don't sleep on the Thrive Market chips and salsa. They are a perfect snack for a quick summer get-together. Join Thrive Market today and get $80 in free groceries. That's THRIVE market.com/simplified to get $80 in free groceries. That's thrivemarket.com/simplified. thrivemarket.com/simplified. All right, we are going to go to the next question. Okay, so this is the last question I'm going to ask all 3 of you. And then I have a question I'm going to ask each of you individually. And then at the end, I have one more all question, okay? So here we go. Okay, so you know Mommy's children's book. My first children's book came out 2 days ago. Not while we're recording this, but when it comes out, it will have come out 2 days ago. And, you know, I was so excited to write this kid's book, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's a theme in the book, in the illustration, and it's tents and forts, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys made a lot of tents and forts at the beginning of quarantine, didn't you?
That's true.
Okay, so what kind of things did you guys do in your forts? Caroline, you want to go first?
So we really begged Dad if we could sleep in them that night. We were like, Dad, please, can you sleep in the tent? He said yes to one tent we built, and we were like, so...
You slept in a tent for... You slept in a fort for about a month during quarantine.
Yes. Yeah, we slept for a month, in about a month. It was like in the corner of the playroom.
Yeah. Was it so fun?
No, it was it was really fun. And it took a while so Daddy had to help us make the tent, and it was super fun.
What else did you do, Tyler?
We kind of like sometimes had snacks in it.
Mm-hmm. Snacks in the tent. We put little lights in the tent, right? What about you?
I remember one thing we used.
Oh, tell us.
We used my monkey tent.
Oh, right, your monkey house. Yeah, Tyler had a tent, like the kind that you set up with poles, and it was, we called it his monkey house, and it housed all of his monkeys in his room. Brady, what about you?
Something I did in the tent was, like, snacks. I slept in it. I played music in it sometimes. So
That's fun.
I remember that.
What else do you guys remember about that quarantine time?
One, we one we made this thing, and there was like a room at the end, and we'd like to take it in there and play our iPads because it was so dark.
Oh, that was the fort.
Because it was so dark.
Right. Yeah.
And how we watch TV. You know how you watch TV and you turn all the lights off, and it's like really cool.
This is so fun.
It was like that in the tent.
What else do you remember about quarantine time, Tyler? Was there any foods that reminded you of quarantine time?
Our Dorito sandwich.
Tell everybody about a Dorito sandwich.
A Dorito sandwich is a sandwich with Doritos in it.
Yep, it's a sandwich, ham and cheese sandwich, and you put Doritos in it. You bake it in the oven. Brady, what do you remember from quarantine?
From quarantine, the significant moment was when we did online school. And I remember the moment, and it was like, this is your last assignment. And I was like,
yes.
And like, as soon as I finished it, I was like screaming, I was jumping up. I was so happy because like we were out of that like, I don't even know, but it was a bad time.
It was tough. Okay, so I have a question for each of you. Tyler, this one's for you. You want to get really close to the mic?
Yeah.
Tyler, you have a very special friend who made it into the pages of You're Always Enough.
Can I go get it?
Go get him.
4 seconds away.
Okay, so TJ, I want to ask you, what was it like to see Kiki in the pages of a book?
I felt like so excited to just see my favorite stuffed animal in a book.
So cool.
Yes.
And did you enjoy like finding him on every page?
Yes.
Why is Kiki special to you?
Because I've had him since I was born.
You've had him since you were born. Brady, you helped me write a little bit of this book.
That's true.
Would you tell us a little bit about that section and then talk a little bit about why you thought it was important for that particular piece to be in the book?
So that section that I helped her write, we were in the car driving home from school, and she was like, I can't come up with this. I can't come up with this thing for a book. And I was like, maybe I could help. And she was like, sure. So that one particular, like, not paragraph, but short little phrase was all about like walking to a room and feel like you don't fit in. And we did like an entire podcast episode on this. And I felt like really happy to see something that I helped my mom wrote in a book. But like, if you ever find a room you don't fit in, just like find someone. And if you ever see a person who doesn't fit in and they feel like they don't fit in, go be their friend. Like, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take money. It just takes time. And time is the greatest gift you can give.
That's good. Yes, Tyler?
I think I remember that page.
Yeah, what about it?
It's the one with all the people with the music things.
Yes, the little kids are playing music.
He didn't fit in, but this person only has sticks and a pan.
The little
He's
boy.
Like, I only have a drum and a pan.
That's right. The little boy has a tambourine, and he's like, can I come in? And he feels like, I don't know if they'll welcome me, but everyone in the tent is saying, come on, come play. I love that. Okay, Caroline, this one's for you. You ready? Caroline, what is your very favorite part of the book? It could be words or a drawing or something that we talked about.
Mine was, so it was, the one that Tyler was just talking about. It's like everybody's different in the world, and like every kid is different, and you can, like, because they're different, it doesn't mean you treat them different.
Right.
And it's not like if someone walks into a room, they have a fake leg, and they don't know if the people won't welcome them because he's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's not very kind, and you make the boy who wanted to go in there discouraged, and then he walks into another room, and he wants to come in, and the other people say he can come in. That's being very kind.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's different in the world.
That's right.
Everybody. Like, even though I have blue eyes, two people have blue eyes, they're not all the way they're not all the way the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, it's what I really like about the book.
That means a lot to me.
I remember a person in the book, the person in the tent with Kiki on the page.
Yeah.
He had a fake leg.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really important that
It's even on the cover.
every kiddo that reads this book sees themselves in the pages. Okay, this is my last question for you guys. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yes, that's him. Okay. So, we're going to start with oldest to youngest, okay? So that means Brady, Tyler by 3 minutes, and then Caroline. Ready? So, Brady, how do you hope the kids who read this book feel when they're done reading it?
When they're done reading it, I really hope, like, they're like, maybe this won't happen for everyone, but, like, maybe just a minor change in, like, their perspective. Because, like, if you've been the one kid who just, like, walks into it, like, I've been the kid who walks into a classroom having no idea what we're doing. Like, I just walked in. I was like, hello. I didn't feel like I fit in there. And then I made friends, and here I am 4 years later, have a lot of friends. I'm in 5th grade having a great time. So after you read this book, I hope you know to, like, you are always enough. And everything that you do is going to be, everyone sees it. And it really reflects well off of your character. And, like, even though you're different, like, you may have a scratch on your right knee and your other friend has a scratch on their left, like, you have two different personalities, two different brains, and two different ways of seeing life.
Mm-hmm.
And after you read this book, I hope you realize that everyone's different and that you're always enough.
That's good. Yeah. Tyler, what do you hope that the kids, let's say there's a child reading this book that feels like, I just don't feel like I'm doing good enough or I'm enough. What do you want them to think when they walk away from the book?
I hope they feel loved and they're always enough.
I love that.
They're always getting loved.
Yeah. Caroline, your turn, and then... Okay, Caroline, your turn.
I hope that they are like, I am enough. Who said that I wasn't? I should follow my own rule, like my own personality. I don't have to be like someone else to be who I am. And I just want that kid to feel like that, and you always are enough. You can be even, like, if you feel sad, you should say that I'm always enough. Because, like, I shouldn't be sad because I'm behind my goal.
Right.
When I try to read, I should say I'm always enough, so I should keep doing my hard work so I can get better.
I love that.
I don't have to stop doing it because I'm so bad. I will keep doing it so I will get better at it.
I love you. Good job. Brady, do you want me to ask you the question again? And is that what you were telling me?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to say one last thing.
Yeah.
So, with all of this, like, you're always enough. When you try to get better, just keep this quote in mind. Like, when you are enough right now, but if you do strive to get better, this is the quote that I saw in my classroom. Your thoughts becomes your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your character, and your character becomes your destiny.
Wow. That's a mic drop if I've ever heard it, Brady. I love you, all three of you. You are very special, and I'm so grateful that you came on the podcast.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness gracious, that was so much fun. I was surprised by some of the things that they said, but what a beautiful, just what a beautiful conversation. I could not be more proud of those kids and who they're becoming. As we close out this episode, I would like to say a blessing for you as we leave this time together and get back to our day. This is a little snippet just for you from You're Always Enough. For God above made no mistakes when he was making you. He made you tender, tough, and bold, fantastic through and through. He knew precisely who you'd be, so wonderfully complex. He knew the world would need someone so different from the rest. Enough does not mean perfect. Enough's not what you do. Enough means being who you are, the way that God made you. So when you start to wonder if the parts of you add up, remember what you know inside. You'll always be enough. As always, I like to leave a little tip to help you put what we've talked about today into practice. So here is your task for this week. Picture yourself at 4 years old. You were precious, weren't you? What did you like to do? What words would you use to describe yourself when you were that age? Were you curious, imaginative, excited by the small things? Were you bold, loud, maybe a little mischievous? Did you love animals and nature and nap time? Think of a few words you'd use to describe your 4-year-old self. I bet you have a smile on your face right now, don't you? Well, guess what? She was enough then, and she is enough now, just as she lives on in you. Thank you for listening to the Simplified podcast. I hope today's episode helped you remember that everyone you hold dear, your little ones, your family, especially yourself, is always enough and made for a purpose. You can find You're Always Enough at your favorite book retailer right now. It is a sweet gift for a kiddo or even a friend because you know what? This is a message I think we all need to hear, no matter how old we are. You can find show notes for this episode at emilylay.com/podcast, where you can check out links and resources I mentioned here, and you can shop the Simplified brand of planners and products. You can also watch my conversation with the kids over on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/simplified by Emily Lay. Trust me, it's hilarious. Plus, you can listen to this and every other Simplified episode ad-free and get new episodes early over on Apple Premium. Just go to your Apple Podcast app, type the Simplified podcast into the search bar, and tap the little blue podcast icon with the pink pineapple. Thank you to every single person who's rated our show, left a review, and subscribed to it. That helps our show find its way into more headphones, and I read every single review and take your words to heart. I really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Bye.